Hey, how's it going? So have you ever thought that you shot something on a gimbal but your video still doesn't look good? It's still shaky. Well, you start thinking after that is it really shot on a gimbal or is it just handheld? Well, then it's the basic mistakes you are doing. In this video, I'm gonna give you some of the tips that will help you to get a very smooth looking footage and a better and cinematic looking footage that you can probably use for better filming techniques and filmmaking. So get ready for the tips that are coming right now. So the first tip for having a better and smooth footage while using a gimbal is using a wide angle lens. Now the more wide you go, the less you will see the shakes in your footage, and the longer focal length you use, you will see a lot of jitter in your videos, a lot of shake in your videos. For example, if you use a 200mm lens, then maybe you will see probably a lot of shakiness in your video. Doesn't matter if you are using a gimbal or not. So in that case, if you really want that level of compression which comes with 200mm or maybe 250mm, then maybe slider is the way to go. But while we're using a gimbal, you will have a lot of shake in 200mm. But if you're using wide angle shots like 16mm or maybe 24mm, then your footage will look probably very much smooth, because you will not see that shakes because it's so much wide. So now the choice is yours, what type of footage you want. For landscape, for other types, for almost many things you will use a wide angle lens, and so you will not have a problem if you are using a wide angle lens in case of the stability. Now I have also used a lot of longer focal lengths like the 50mm 1.8 on a crop sensor camera, so it's almost like 75-80mm. So that's not a very big deal, but yeah, it is not as smooth as like maybe a 18mm or 16mm or 24mm. So that's the thing you should keep in mind, that what focal length you are using. If you are using very longer focal lengths, maybe slider is the way you should go for, and not maybe gimbals. But obviously depends on you. Now the next tip for having a better and smooth footage is using slow motion. Now how will you get a slow motion? By shooting in 60 fps. Now we often use gimbals for slow motion because I kind of make cinematic videos, and in most cinematic videos I use speed ramping and all. So almost like 80 to 90% times I shoot in 60 fps so that in the post I can slow it down. Now obviously it depends upon what you are shooting. You don't want to shoot everything in 60 fps if you know that you are not gonna slow it down in the post. Then obviously you will go for 24 fps. In that case also, it's not a bad choice obviously if your gimbal can handle your camera well, and if you have the right settings on your camera according to your payload, then maybe it will still be smooth without affecting the stability. But yeah, slow motion is definitely a way to get even more smoother footage. Now the third tip for getting a very smooth footage while using a gimbal is the ninja walk. Now while using a gimbal, you don't walk normally as you do in normal walking. You do what is called ninja walking. In ninja walking, you just bend your knees and walk in a manner which probably the ninjas do, reducing the thrust that your body gets while your feet touches the ground in the next moving steps. So this is a very good way which every professionals use who operate a gimbal to reduce the thrust of your body while hitting the ground, and this results in a much nicer and smoother footage. Now the next tip to get a very smooth looking footage when using a gimbal is using slow movements. When I say slow movements, I say the movements of the camera. So you don't wanna be very fast with your gimbals, because though the gimbals nowadays have the sport mode or like go mode or action mode, this type of things in the gimbals, but still you don't wanna be very quick with your movements, and you will probably see very artificial looking videos or maybe shaky looking videos, So maybe it's a pushing movement or maybe it's a pan movement. You want it to be very slow and not like, you know, that will result in a bad looking footage. But if your movements are smooth, then you will probably have a very nice and smooth footage. Now the last additional tip that you should know if you are using a gimbal to get a smooth footage is using a warp stabilizer. Now this is not a feature of the gimbal or not, it doesn't apply while shooting, it really applies in the post. Now there will be times that your footage will not be 100% smooth, and it happens to me all the time. Like I literally use warp stabilizer all the time. Doesn't matter I am like shooting handheld or I am shooting gimbal. Handheld, just leave it apart because you know sometimes warp stabilizer fails miserably if the footage is very much shaky in handheld. But let's come to the point. The point is, if your footage is 95% smooth or maybe 90% smooth, that's because you have used a gimbal in the right manner and you have followed all the points that I've discussed till now. Then your footage will be 90% smooth or 95% smooth. But using a warp stabilizer in the post, you can achieve that extra smoothness to make it 99% or maybe 100% smooth. And that's a very good thing, you know, warp stabilizer really helps us to get that additional percentage that we cannot achieve in the process of shooting. But as I have told you, you should also keep in mind that if your footage is not smooth enough in the shooting process, then it's kind of very much tough to stabilize in the post. Doesn't matter if you are using a warp stabilizer or you are using some other ways of stabilization in like After Effects, you will have difficulties in stabilizing the footage. So this is the reason I am telling you that use the 4 steps above while you are in the shooting process to have a 90% or maybe 95% smooth footage, and then just apply the warp stabilizer for getting that extra 5%, and you will end up with a very smooth looking footage. Alright, so I hope you liked this video, and if you did, then don't forget to hit the like button, and if you are not yet subscribed to my channel yet, you already know what to do. So that's it for today's video. See ya.